July edition of Rowlett on the Water on the Move. I'm Todd Cuttell.
I'm Brian Thunderberg.
This show is produced entirely by city staff and can be seen on Rowlett's own television network, RTN 16. You can also find us on our favorite YouTube channel at Rowlett Texas Video, and of course your favorite website,
Rowlett.com.
That's right, where we have streaming video of all the council meetings and all the past programs. Brian, we've got a great program today, and this is really kind of a special edition program because we're actually coming to you from the animal shelter.
That's right.
So we wanted an opportunity to draw awareness to all the animals that need homes, and we've got a lot of great animals in our shelter, and they're in need of home. They're in need of their forever home.
Yep.
And so I see you have one of our furry little friends with you.
Yeah, a little kitten here.
And is this
little black and white, very pretty.
What would you name this one? Is this like cat girl?
Maybe.
Yeah,
yeah, could be. Yeah.
I saw you have your Robin, and I have my Batman shirt on.
Cat girl would be really good. That's right.
So, well, let's maybe before we kind of start with the program a little bit, kind of talk a little about our shirts, because people are probably wondering, why are you in your Batman shirt and your Robin shirt?
Right.
And of course, there's a little bit of history to the Batman and Robin, but this actually has significance with our Parks Department.
Mm-hmm. That's right, Mayor. And July is Parks and Recreation Month. And this year, the theme is Find Your Superpowers in Parks and Recreation. And so in Rowlett, we're celebrating that theme this year. So last night, we recognized that at our council meeting.
That's
and
right.
Had our Parks and Recreation Department there. And one of the things they did was present us with these shirts so we can join them in that presentation. So
now,
that was really good.
To be fair, they did give us a cape.
Yes.
And we decided not to wear the cape today, but it was very nice. But if you actually attended the council meeting or had an opportunity to view the video, you'll actually see that they were very well adorned in their superpower attire, and we were Batman, Robin, and everything. So it was a really great meeting. But just a whole lot of fun. So we're here to celebrate our Parks and Recreation, but again, we're here from the shelter. It's really about, again, highlighting awareness of the animals that we have at our shelter. There are so many great animals, and many people, you think about getting a pet, I'd really like you to consider adopting one of the great pets that we have here. We have so many different animals, different sizes, shapes. We have cats and dogs, and they're all in they're all in need of their forever home. And this guy, he's pretty comfortable over there, just kind of resting. And then we got these other ones. This little one, say, what's this little guy's name? Hey, buddy, look at that. Oh, wow, he's pretty long. I guess we're bugs. Hi, buddy, look at that. Hey, look at that. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, so, all right. Let's go to this little guy over here. How about that, right? Look at this little one. Isn't she cute? Look at that little adorable one. Hey, buddy, how are you? Yeah, this is Boss looking for its owner. Isn't that cute? How could you say no to something like that? Isn't that adorable? And cats make really great pets too. You either have two categories. You have those that absolutely love the dog, or those that love the cats. And one of the nice part is, especially when you get a kitten like that, they're very, very easy to maintain. Just a small litter box in the house, and they're pretty much self-sufficient. So if you work during the day, it gives you an opportunity to be able to enjoy a pet, but also provide, and they're pretty easy to help take care of. So Brian, one of the reasons we wanted to have this here at the shelter was really to have an opportunity to highlight our shelter and all the great employees that we have working there. And I think one of the important things that we try to do is highlight the awareness of those animals that need a home. And we have so many that are looking for their forever home. We've made a commitment in this city to do our absolute best that each of those that have been displaced a new home. And so as we've done traditionally in council meeting, we bring one of the shelter animals in, and we kind of show them off, and we've had a very, very great success rate. We typically have a 100% adoption rate for every one that we bring into the council meeting. So we're really pleased to do that, and of course, we want to make sure that they not only go to a good home, but they're well taken care of. So we provide vaccinations, we provide the sterilization, and we also provide, of course, the microchipping, which is really
well. And Mayor, this is really important because the city of Rowlett has a live release rate of 98%. And sometimes even better than that. That's an extraordinary rate for a animal shelter our size, but it really comes into play because of the partnerships, the employees, the volunteers. We have plenty of people who want to help us, and we couldn't be more proud.
Absolutely. Well, I'm so pleased because last night, of course we're taping the show, we tape it on one day, but last night we had a chance to have Hunter come in, and we happened to be here this morning, and Milk came in.
Yep.
And this is Hunter. And Hunter is a Basset Hound mix. He's about 10 years old, and he's absolutely in the need of his new home. Here, buddy. And look at this guy. This guy is so good. He loves those treats. Here's a treat for him, Brian. You want to give him a treat?
Well, he can take it.
There you go. Hi, buddy.
There you go.
Look at that. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, he's
oh, isn't that nice? And you know, and it's amazing because there's all the different types of animals. And this is Jenna. Jenna's with our animal shelter, and then she's one of the attendants here. And you know, along with the staff, they were so gracious to bring in the animals every council meeting. It takes a lot of work and effort, but there's a lot of care that goes into this too.
Thank you.
So, you know, I know you get turn-ins every day. You usually get people that walk in, and I know that's probably one of the hardest parts about the job is when they come in to take some of those animals and then have to be able to do the evaluations and then to be able to accept them in many cases from their original owners.
Yes.
You know, one of the things that actually really upsets me personally is when you see some of those animals that they're very, very cute when they're a puppy, and then they start getting bigger, and all of a sudden they go, I just don't want to work anymore, and then they want to let them go. And so we really spend a lot of time and effort to make sure that we try to find those homes for them.
Mayor, we spoke earlier about the live release rate, and that simply means the number of animals that actually leave the shelter versus come in. And we're very proud of the fact that we have a 98-99% live release rate. Well, one of the ways we do that, there's some unorthodox things that we do, such as socializing the animals. So for example, we find environments for them so that they can spend the day maybe around people, maybe around other animals, and kind of get that social interaction that's so important, and get out of the cages for a while.
And I know that, you know, like one time I was over in City Hall and I walked in, and I actually see this quite often, but you'll see a dog roaming around behind the customer service counter.
That's right.
And that's really about the socialization aspect. Or I've been over in the HR area and I see a pet wandering around. It's really about getting those animals, like you said, outside of the caged environment. 'Cause just imagine how you feel all day if you're cramped up in this little area. You just want to go out and run, and you want to feel like you're part of the family and be able to have that socialization so critically important. As you can probably hear in the back, it starts to get a little bit noisy, and that's one of the drawbacks to coming out to the shelter sometimes, because it's really hard to really get to know who the animal really is in terms of temperament. One dog barks, the other one barks on top of it, and then the other one, and then it becomes a barking contest back and forth.
And there are ways for the public to come and socialize with the dogs. We have dog runs and places where they can do that and get to know them a little bit outside, because the room we're about to go into is going to be loud.
One thing you'll notice about the shelter is really they do an absolutely great job keeping it clean. You know, we've had volunteers actually donate to different beds and stuff like that for the animals in there. And as you'll see the name on there, the actual sex of the male. In this case, it's a male, the age, and any information that this pig was up for adoption.
Someone loses their dog there, and the possibility of that the animal shelter may have picked it up, they can come to the animal shelter and they can actually look for the animal here and see if that is their dog. In addition, we take pictures of these animals and we put them on our web page. And so that way, if they're looking for their dog, start there. Start with the web page, see if there's anything in there that looks like your animal, but if not, still come down and check those, because we may have found them. You know, Mayor, this area that we're out here right now, this is an area where the public can come and socialize with an animal they may be interested in adopting, or maybe to find one that they're interested in adopting. So you can see it's a really nice area. The animals are very comfortable out here. You can pet them, you can interact with them, and do it in such a way, not in a cage, but actually to do it in a place where you can be more relaxed.
We are here with Heather Moynihan with FROZ, the Friends of the Rowlett Animal Shelter. They're one of the great organizations that really helps us to achieve that 98% live release rate. And it's so critically important because we could not do this alone. And the volunteers in this city are just amazing. And FROZ is a great example of volunteerism, especially helping our animals. So Heather, thank you so much for being here today. We certainly appreciate that. Maybe kind of start off a little bit by telling us about FROZ.
Well, FROZ is an all-volunteer organization. A lot of us are full-time workers, and we put in a lot of hours. Just this last month, we put in about 500 hours helping maintain the pet portals like Pet Finder and Adopt a Pet, our Facebook page, doing adoption events, and coming in and socializing the animals to help them make great homes or great pets for the home.
Now, you actually do a lot more than just post these animals online.
Yes.
You know, you also go out and help raise money
Yes.
to help pay for some of the vet bills, because in some cases, not all the owners are responsible owners, and some of the dogs
Right.
come with heartworm and other different types of skin diseases and stuff like
Right.
that are very, very curable. It just they needed to go to a vet.
Right.
And in some cases, there's a cost involved, especially in the case like heartworm, it can be pretty significant,
Yeah.
and you guys help pay for that.
Yes, yeah. In fact, Friends of Rowlett Animals actually sponsors every heartworm positive dog, and sometimes the shelter will call us if an animal is hurt, or like Todd, like you said, skin problems that the shelter just can't cover, and so they'll call us. We'll get them to our vet, and we get them treatment.
And the really cool part is it's all curable, meaning at the end
Yes.
of the day, it could be a little rash that they have, and they get the right ointment or the right medication, and then they're right back to normal again.
It's just like you and me.
That's
We
exactly
don't put you
right.
down when you get a cold.
I hope not. No, maybe he would sometimes, but not right now. But I think, you know, proper animal care is really important, and to be able to take your pet in and have them properly vaccinated, I think is really critically important.
Yes, well, and especially spaying and neutering. You know, many animals, when they're not spayed or neutered, they have those high levels of hormones. They want to go and roam and, you know, find other animals. So spaying and neutering will help.
Stop.
Getting your animals spayed or neutered definitely helps, and of course, you know, keeping them healthy. Just those annual vaccinations like rabies, dogs those combo shots, cats the getting tested, and you know, just keeping them healthy. They're gonna want to stay in your home. They're gonna feel loved and safe, and they're gonna stay and want to come back, and you know, just being responsible pet owners. That's what we're all about.
And the one thing that I want to say is how much we really appreciate the partnership with Froz. As the mayor indicated earlier, we couldn't do this by ourselves. I know y'all are very proud of our 98% live release rate.
Yes.
We are so proud of that, and we knew it wouldn't be possible without our partners.
Well, we really appreciate it.
So Heather, we've got a question from our friend Rudy. I don't know if you've met Rudy or not.
I've heard about Rudy.
Hello, Heather. How are you?
I'm doing well, Rudy.
I am so happy to be here today in the shelter. Hi, Brian. How are you?
Hello, Rudy.
So, Rudy, what's your question?
What is your favorite part of the job?
Well, our favorite part is our annual pooch plunge.
The pooch plunge. Oh, I love the pooch plunge.
It is so much fun.
Can I come to the pooch plunge?
Yeah.
Could you take me instead of Brian?
Well, as long as you have your rabies
Brian's not
vaccination.
very nice. Did I get my rabies vaccination?
Yes, you already have one. Yes.
Great. Okay, I can go.
Okay, so our pooch plunge, we've been doing it or hosting it at Wet Zone since 2009, and it's $10 per dog. Humans get them for free. And what's great about this is it's the last day for Wet Zone to be open. We come in after all the humans have left. They clean it up. All the dogs get to come and play in the pool before they close it down for the
I
season.
love the swimming pool. I just want to go pooch plunge.
Yes, it's so much fun, and the great part about this is your dogs have fun, but you're also helping raise money to help the animals in the community, because that money goes towards medical care.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
So Brian, in closing, we want to take an opportunity to say thanks to all the hardworking folks at the shelter. Thanks to our Friends of the Rowlett Animal Shelter for all hard work, and all the volunteers and all the folks that actually make this happen on a daily basis. You know, we could not do this without you. If you're thinking about adopting a pet, please check out the shelter first. We have a lot of great animals, all different sizes, shapes, colors, cats and dogs, many to your liking, and they turn on a daily basis. What's really cool is you come here one day and you may not find it, but a few days later you may have that perfect one that you're looking for. And of course, next month, Brian, is a really exciting time. We're going back to the studio, actually a brand new studio. We're looking
Yes,
forward to that.
that's going to be very
and
cool,
we're
Mayor.
we'll look forward to checking it out. We'll kind of give you a little bit of a behind-the-scenes tour before the show gets started as well. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. We appreciate it, and hope to see you next time on Rowlett on the Water on the Move.
Only way to take down Pac-Man is with ghosts.
You want ghosts? These are your ghosts.
Oh yeah!
know where your water comes from, how it gets to you, how much you use every day. Think about it. The truth is, here in North Texas, water is one of our most precious resources, and it's hard to really appreciate something we get so easily, simply by turning on a sprinkler. In the summer, our outdoor water use more than doubles, and 50% of that water is wasted. We can't bring it back, but we can use less. Visit watermyyard.org for weekly alerts on when to water based on your local weather. When you know better, you water better.
To help the homeless animals of the community and the surrounding areas. You know, the shelter has a lot of animals come through there, and we do what we can to help find them homes, help market them across the community and the Metroplex. We are not a city, group. We are a group of volunteers that supports our local shelter.
Pretty much all of us have a full-time job, so not only are we working 40 hours a week, then we come and we work another 40 or so trying to help the animals get out.
We, on a daily basis, communicate with the shelter. How full are you? Are there any special needs cases? We really focus on raising funds to help the medical cases at the shelter. We cover basically every dog that's come in this year with heartworms. We've paid for that treatment or committed to paying for that treatment. Because, it's an expense and it deters people from adopting. And so if they know that they're not going to have to incur that expense, that we're going to take care of that for them, it gets the dogs out a lot faster.
The way that we get the cats out is actually we're partnered the PetSmart in Rowlett. And so they have cats for adoption at Rowlett PetSmart, and they are there the whole time that PetSmart is open. So people in the community and outside of the community have the opportunity to go see the cats outside of shelteranimals.org and volunteer opportunities, and they fill out the form. It sends an email to us. We send them more information, and we also do an orientation. We do those once a month, and as we start growing, we'll do those more often. But
because it's not just going to the events and handling the dogs. We've got lots of opportunities. We need people to do searches online for us, to run our Facebook page, other social media. So we've got lots of opportunities for volunteering that aren't just doing the offsite events.
We've got it split up into two groups, things you can do from home and things you can do away from home. There's a lot of people that, their work hours don't let them come to the shelter to help out as much as they want. You're going to get the gratefulness of this homeless animal. A lot of people tell us, this is the best dog I ever had. This is the best cat, because they know how bad it can be. They know. And, while Rowlett is a great shelter, the outside world isn't so much. And so you're going to get the most grateful pet ever by adopting.
I've always loved dogs myself, and getting involved with the shelter, I didn't realize how many needed help. And if I could say anything, it's don't shop, adopt. We've got some great dogs. We've got purebreds, mutts, everything in between, and we've got some great cats too that are.
Howdy, this is Chris Paul, Public Information Officer of the Rowlett Community Emergency Response Team, or CERT. It is hot in Texas, and one of the greatest threats to personal safety that we address in CERT is heat-related illnesses. We see heat-related illnesses in those we serve, and we stay diligent with our own CERT personnel and activations and drills. Heat illnesses are no joke. From 1979 to 2003, over 8,000 deaths in the U.S. were caused by heat-related illnesses. Those at higher risk are infants and children, the elderly, those with mental illness, and the obese. From 1998 to 2010, at least 494 children died in cars due to hyperthermia. Remember, a child's body warms 3 to 5 times faster than an adult's. If you see an unattended child in a car, immediately notify 911. Let's discuss the two most serious forms of heat-related illness: heat exhaustion, which can be dangerous, and heat stroke, which can be deadly. Both are true medical emergencies and must be treated immediately. Heat exhaustion is only slightly less severe than heat stroke. Heat exhaustion can develop after several hours or days of exposure to high temperatures and inadequate replacement of fluids. It's the body's natural response to the excessive loss of water and electrolytes contained in sweat. Symptoms are heavy sweating, paleness, muscle cramps, weakness, dizziness and/or a headache, nausea, vomiting, or fainting. The skin may be cool and moist. The victim's pulse rate will be rapid but weak, and breathing may be fast and shallow. Heat exhaustion can easily lead to heat stroke and must be treated immediately. Treat heat exhaustion by cooling the victim with any means possible: a cool shower, ice packs, even a kiddie pool filled with cool water. Remove any restrictive clothing and give cool, non-alcoholic beverages. If possible, move to an air-conditioned environment. If the victim does not respond well in the first 10 to 15 minutes, call 911 or seek professional medical help. The most severe form of heat illness is heat stroke. Heat stroke can be deadly, even with professional medical intervention. Heat stroke occurs when the body loses the ability to regulate internally its temperature. The victim's core temperature rises rapidly, sometimes as high as 106 degrees. Incidentally, an internal temperature of 107 degrees is rarely survivable. There is a very little sweating as the body's sweating mechanism has failed. Heat stroke requires immediate medical attention, and professional responders should be notified. If you suspect heat stroke, your first treatment should be to notify professional medical help. Get the victim to a shady place, in an air-conditioned space if possible. Cool the victim by any means necessary. You can also use heat packs in hot points, at the neck, under the armpits, or the femoral area in the crotch. Another idea is to wrap the victim in wet sheets and fan vigorously, anything to cool them down as fast as possible. You should also elevate the feet to help guard against stroke. Of course, the best way to deal with heat-related illnesses is to never experience them. In the heat, you should wear light-colored, loose-fitting clothing and shade yourself as much as possible. Try to drink 16 to 32 ounces of fluid per hour to maintain body fluids lost to sweat. Of course, stay away from fluids containing alcohol or caffeine. They are natural diuretics, causing the body to lose fluids more rapidly. Finally, let's not forget your pets. They rely on you to keep them healthy. If you're hot, so are they. Symptoms of overheating in pets include excessive panting or difficulty breathing, increased heart and respiratory rate, drooling, mild weakness, stupor, or even collapse. They can also include seizures, bloody diarrhea, and vomit, along with an elevated body temperature of over 104 degrees. Animals with flat faces like pugs and Persian cats are more susceptible to heat stroke since they cannot pant as effectively. These pets, along with the elderly pets, the overweight pets, and those with heart or lung disease, should be kept cool in air-conditioned rooms as much as possible. You wear shoes or sandals on hot surfaces. Dogs don't. A dog's paws can be severely burned walking on hot pavement. Keep walks short or walk on grassy areas. Your pet relies on you to keep them safe. Please treat heat-related illnesses with the respect they deserve and take care of yourselves, your family, and your coworkers. Stay cool and stay alive. This has been Chris Paul with the Rowlett Citizens Emergency Response Team, and I look forward to seeing you again next month.
Come on, throw it.
As a Texas game warden, the toughest thing I ever have to do is tell a parent that their child is not coming home. Wear a life jacket and designate a sober driver for your boat.
Where's Diego?
From my family to yours, please play it safe on the water.
Diego!